Hey guys, today's video was of a actual live feed that I did a few days ago when I started setting up my mic. I acquired a mic from a buddy of mine and was setting it up, testing it, went live, and somewhere along the way the sound went bad. It just dropped out. I believe it's a glitch in the YouTube system. Here where I'm located, or my computer's located, I am on Wi-Fi, and occasionally the Wi-Fi cycles, tells me I'm disconnected, reconnects. That evidently didn't cut my live feed out, but I think one of those cycles interrupted my mic. My mic did not reinitiate, and I was talking to myself. Apologies to those guys that thought I was messing with them. I was not messing with you. Anyway, I did get my new lights in, so hopefully this lighting is better. I, don't have my mic hooked up right now. I should, because the sound on this computer is, I would consider horrible, especially compared to my phone. My phone has a great mic. Anyway, I'm redoing the end of that video here in a few minutes, and I'm going to upload it, and you guys will be able to hear it, enjoy it, hopefully. Getting ready to go check out a local person's vehicle, then head to Chicago today. I'll only be there a night or two, just really passing through to help John and check on a thing or two there. Maybe next week I'll go there for a few days and help a couple people that's wanting help. If not, I'm going to have to do it when I get back from out west. Yesterday, oh my gosh, I had a rough day yesterday. You know, one of the things I decided to do in my new life change is to pack up some of Diane's personal belongings. And I didn't know what actually sent me into a tailspin yesterday, but I simply probably did too much. Talked to a couple friends, and it appears that I did too much on Sunday, and man, that wiped me out. So I did a few things yesterday, still moving around, but I didn't record stuff that I should have recorded. So, man, I wish I would have, but I was just having a rough day. So, hey, if you're dealing with this stuff, trying to pack up a loved one's things that, you probably need to, don't go too fast. Don't do too much, man. Wasn't pretty. I didn't think I was really capable of much self-pity, but yesterday, man, it was a downright nasty pity party. So anyway, feeling great today. Yesterday afternoon, I felt better, and today I feel kind of back to normal. So that's where I'm at. Hope you enjoyed this live session I had. Thanks for tuning in. Lost the comments in the chat session, but I addressed most of those in the video verbally, and I will do that on the end of it here in remixing that video.
Yo, what's going on, party people? I have got some new equipment, and I'm checking it out to see if it works. Can any of you guys out there hear me, see me? Check, test, 1 2 1 2. Trying to see if this mic is working, and if we're going to be able to go live one of these days real soon. Thinking about going live on like a Saturday or something like that. Have a question and answer time. And I got a light here. I'm gonna have to do something with this light. This light is like not really working for me. It's just not a really good setup on this light. It's kind of blocking my chat area actually. So let me, yeah, there we go. Got a little more light. Uh-oh, I got a couple of people chatting. Let me move this light over so I can see the chats and chat back. This light is not going to do it. All right, I'm going to set it right there if it'll set there. Hey, here we go. Hey, what's up, Cameron? I see you first. Ah, somebody else is trying to hit me. Man, everything's going pretty good, just trying to take it a little bit at a time and a little bit day by day, you know. So I went and helped a buddy of mine with some repairs on his car. He didn't have no funds, so he gave me this nice mic. Oh, good. I'm glad the mic sounds good. Now I got some lights on order. The lights will be in tomorrow, so I'll be able to take and get the lighting a little better. Is this a good volume set on this mic? Okay, I can see a little sound bar there going across on the mic. So let's see here. The mic is about, man, it's not even going halfway. I don't know. Is this, all right, well, I'll put it back where it was. I had it about two-thirds of the way up, and I guess that's sounding decent, you know. I wish I was able to zoom this camera in a little bit. All this stuff around me, behind me, is kind of unnecessary. I also have a camera. I have like a GoPro type camera. I forget the name of the company. It's around here somewhere. And then I got a nice movie company, uh, like a nice Sony camera. I'm gonna try to hook that up, see if that works. Sometimes better lighting will work better on it. Somebody's calling me. They had me on the phone. Then they got another call. They took the other call. Now they're calling back. I'll call him back. So yeah, man, just taking a little bit of time, not going, um, not working too hard. I did find the title to that donor car, mailing that out. Got some parts dug out. I'm gonna mail some parts out tomorrow. Well, I'm glad to know the volume is good. Quick question. I got an aftermarket cap and rotor for my S70, and it feels like it still runs a bit rough. Could it be that it's not OEM? I don't understand what you mean by rough. You mean you got a vibration, you got lack of power. Um, what's kind of rough mean? Does it have any codes? Have you put a code scanner on there? Normally, if you feel roughness in the steering wheel when you're sitting idle, that means you got a motor mount that's bad. So some of the motor mounts are actually flat, they're torn up. The first one I normally check is the one under the harmonic balancer. The next one that I check is maybe transmission mount, uh, torque on mount. It is normally a mount that causes you to feel roughness, especially if the roughness goes away once you start moving the car. Hey, Brian, I appreciate you watching, man. Got another question here. Hey, Robert, I just wanted to double check if it's actually you been talking to on Facebook. Uh, I guess. Yeah, NA cams. Yeah, I got that. I'm getting ready to weigh those cams and do that shipping quote first thing in the morning. So, yeah, I am going to be trying to get those cams out to you. Now, actually, I'm planning on going to Chicago Monday or Tuesday just for like a night or two to help somebody that's been waiting on me for several months. He's working on the tune. He needs to get this tune dialed in. His car's running great. Man, he's had all kind of stuff going on with that car, but and unfortunately I was out west, couldn't help him. All right. Sounds a bit sharp. Turn down your mid range, maybe. Man, I don't know. I got a gain. I don't know if I have a mid range, but it could be just the way I'm, up on it or something like that. So, man, let's see here. No codes at all. It's just not bad, but it has a slight surge at idle. If you're surging at idle, you normally have some kind of vacuum leak. If that car is turbo, I would check all those vacuum lines. If that car is not turbo, I would check the tube really good in between the air box and the throttle body. Yeah, okay. Any plans on coming to the ATL area, man? I wish. Probably be a good thing to do in the winter. So I hope to be back to Cincinnati by the end of October. And when I get back to Cincinnati, I can make little dashes. What I mean by that is, hopefully, I'll make trips out to an area, stay, 2, 3 days, come back home. Kind of leave on a Monday, come back on a Thursday, or I'll just stay out for the weekend. If I got somebody that needs to have assistance during the weekend, I could leave on like a Thursday, start work on Friday, Saturday, maybe head back Sunday or Monday, that kind of thing. Kind of shorter trips than the stuff that takes me months to take care of. But man, when you out west, you out west, So yeah, if you don't have any codes and the surgeon at idle, you could check for vacuum leaks. So what else we got going on? Any plans on coming to ATL? Have you experienced the fail-safe mode on the 99 Jag? Fail-safe mode, I guess that means the limp mode. Normally, transmission issues. Clay Real Man, I would say scan for codes. Get those codes out. Hit the Jaguar forums. See what kind of help you could get there. Not 100% sure what you mean by the fail-safe mode. So, no, I haven't experienced that. Now, the Jaguar that I was messing with and did several videos on is my brother-in-law's Jag. And man, that thing runs really good. I did a bunch of stuff to it. When I moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, he was treating that thing like a Chevy Impala, putting junk gas in it, riding it around. He initially bought the car for his son. His son didn't like it. He said it was an old man's car and he was going off to college. So my brother-in-law started driving it and just started, basically abusing the thing. And I moved to Albuquerque, seeing how he was treating that thing and seeing a lot of the issues it had. I had to talk with him. I said, look, man, this Jaguar needs to be treated a lot better than what you're treating it. And I began to fix things on it and got that thing running good. And he put a lot of money into that thing, man. I think he paid like $1,900 just to get the headliner done in that thing. So, man, he's taking real good care of it. It runs real good. So I've replaced the throttle body, throttle position sensor, plug coils, and T-stat. Man, does it got any codes? Remember your brother's Jaguar. My Jaguar runs great until it hits limp mode. Man, when it hits the limp mode, scan it for codes and see what's going on there. So I'm going to look for my other camera. I like to get a better camera. Maybe the lighting on here is a little weak. I don't know what it'll take to get my other professional style camera, my Sony camera, to work, but that way I can zoom in, stuff like that. I don't even know how to do none of that stuff on this camera, zoom in and different things like that. If it says a throttle position sensor on your codes, then there's a good chance that you may have to get a quality Jaguar quality throttle position sensor. When you replaced the throttle position sensor, did you get a Jaguar part or did you get a part off of Rock Auto or something like that? Yeah, those things are very sensitive to those European cars, man. Team Volvo. Hey, the light looks fine. Zoom in would be good. All right. Yes, the Jag throttle position sensor. Man, I don't know. Maybe the throttle body needs to be cleaned. Have you tried cleaning the throttle body? Yeah, I don't know. Dropping into limp mode kind of sucks. Now, also these Jaguars are real sensitive to 12-volt power. So, man, if it's rebuilt, I've heard those rebuilt ones are hit or miss. If you got a salvage yard close to you, you might want to snatch one out of the salvage yard and test it. About 50-50 chance on a rebuilt throttle position sensor working good. You know, I've read that. I think I did a throttle position error code on my brother-in-law's at one time, and I remember reading that those things are sensitive if they're rebuilt. You know, new ones are 95% good. Rebuilt ones are not as good. Another thing I have an issue with on my setup here is I can't hear. You know, I got headphones in, but it's not giving me no feedback. I have this little controller that controls my gain and my phantom power for my mic system here, but I need to get a headset with the, I guess, quarter-inch jack. This little jack I got on the headset that I had plugged in my ear, those earbuds, it's it's just not letting me hear what you guys hear. So, yeah, man, try to clean up that power stuff, man. That power stuff is bad. All right, so what else we got going on here? Helpful videos, man. Recently was given a T5R really low mileage, but can't get the passenger side hood to release. Eesh. Oh man, I don't know if you've seen my video on that stuff, but there's a cam a cable rod that runs from the driver's side over to the passenger side that should release that passenger side latch. Um, if you can't get that thing to release by pulling the cable a little bit harder, holding it while somebody else goes out there pulls on that hood, you might have to sacrifice that corner light to go out there and get that hood open. You know, you don't want to do any damage to the hood. It's a lot cheaper to damage that corner light and work your way in there. I got videos to show how to get in there behind the corner light. I did it on the S70, pretty similar, same same deal on the 850. If you need me to shoot a video on doing that, I can. But I think that S70 video is a way to go. Man, is that T5R a sedan or a wagon that somebody you said gave you? And I assume it's black. If it was yellow, you'd be bragging about it being yellow. Have you ever done any work on a '07 Mazda CK7? I I don't know. I did some radio work on a Mazda, replaced a radio or stereo, something like that. I never really tinkered on a Mazda. I might have done a starter on one, but if you go to my YouTube channel or YouTube and type in Mazda Robert DIY and hit search, any videos that I did on a Mazda should come up to the top of that search. So Mazda Robert DIY search. So if I did 4 or 5 things and posted those videos on the Mazda, you'd see that. All right, so it's a sedan. Cool, man. You know those sedans are if they're clean, they're worth a few bucks, and if they're really nice and clean, man, they're very. I mean, people always talk about the value of a car. I like to talk about the value of keeping it, getting it restored, getting it running right, and man, just driving the heck out of that thing. You know, man, I really enjoy driving my wagon, Panther, 505,000 miles on the thing. It just runs like a champ, man. It's just, I love it. I need to replace a CV axle before I break a CV axle in the thing. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But man, that thing just runs so good. And I got a couple of them out here. I need to finish some work on them and get them out of here. All right, so what's our next thing? Robert, I have a code for both of my front wheel speed sensors on my 98S70. I already replaced the ABS module with one from Midwest. Can't find what values they should test at. You know, if you have a code reader that is able to read that stuff on the fly, you can put the car on jack stands and put the thing in gear and watch the wheels turn. Other than that, you have to find what's broken in the wiring system. You got ABS sensors going both sides, of course. Now, if you're in a corrosion area, the Great North, stuff like that, occasionally the tone, they call them tone rings on the CV axle, will get a chip on them and break off. If that happens, you're not going to get your proper ABS reading from those sensors. So your sensors, you want to make sure those are wired up good, and then you want to make sure that the tone rings are not busted on the axles. Hey Rob, love the videos. Heads up, help me get me the confidence service. Your 96 GLT. Love the car, but wish I knew about Volvos earlier so I could have looked for a turbo model. Man, find you a turbo model. Find you one, buy it, use your GLT, uh, sell it to buy parts to fix up your turbo model. You just got to keep your eyes open. Most of the time, you find these turbo models for sale.
In the middle of the recording, the sound fell out, so I'm going to attempt to wrap up the audio portion of this video I had going with the live chat. Now, at 18 minutes, somewhere around 10 seconds, the sound just dropped off. I think it dropped off because of a glitch in the YouTube system. The mic was still working on my computer, but it was not broadcasting. But the last thing we talked about was the rear ABS sensors. I thought the viewer typed in the front sensors. Now, there is a known problem with the rear ABS sensors. The sensors plug in to a wire harness about the same place that wires are plugged in for the fuel pump. So if you watch the video for fuel pump, or if you search rear ABS sensor replacement, I've messed with those on videos. I'm not sure if I made a standalone video, but your fuel pump access has a bunch of wires that come up through the bottom of the car, and two of those wires, or one of those harnesses, is the rear ABS sensors. They plug in where the fuel pump plugs in. They go down through that access panel. They feed down around the fuel tank. They get on the delta links, and they screw into the rear wheel mounting assembly, the trailing arms of the back wheels. So you could buy Volvo ones for maybe, I don't know, 120 bucks. Aftermarket ones, ATE, I believe the brand is, are like $34. So you can buy the rear ABS sensors. They come as a pair, and just undo them and redo them, and you should have your rear ABS issue worked out. So that's the common thing with the rear ABS sensors. Now, somebody mentioned that they got a nice low mileage NA850. They wanted a turbo car. Man, I hate to tell you to get rid of a nice low mileage car, but if you want a turbo car, you can turbo that car. It's a lot of work, may not be worth it. I say find a turbo car, swap every good thing you can off of this car onto that turbo car, and send that non-turbo car down the road, or piece it together with the raggedy pieces off the turbo car and sell it to somebody. But if you want a turbo car, get one. Man, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't advise trying to turbo that car, but that car, when running great, is adequate. Those are good cars. Now, somebody said something about car values up. I've never seen car values go up like they've gone up. COVID is full of life surprises and life changes for all of us. So, no, never seen values go up on cars like that. Now, these 850Rs, I don't know if it's this cult following that I have or what the issue is, but these were really solid, incredible cars that Volvo built. A lot of people have figured that out, and unfortunately, these things are getting harder to find, harder to purchase. So the values of the 850 turbo cars are on the rise, and they are pretty strong. Cars brand new were $35,000. Some of them close to 40. They're not selling for that yet, so I don't think it's a big deal. You could get a nice, decent turbo car for about 5 Gs, and on the high side of the R, most Rs are going close to 8 or 10, and the exceptionally nice ones are going for more than that. The Rs are selling higher, but they're still, man, a fraction of what they were when they were brand new. So I don't think it's crazy to pay 10, 15 for a nice R, but you know, if you want to find one that you'll put 10 or 15,000 into, buy one for 3 or 4 Gs, you know, if that's what you can afford. You know, stay in your budget, keep sensible, do that. Now, somebody mentioned that they're having a battery drain on a Volvo 240. Battery drains are kind of tricky. Usually, they're connected to alternator issues. So, you can charge the battery up, put it in the car, start the car, drive the car around, get the car back to where you need to park it, disconnect the wires to the alternator, let the car sit 4 or 5 days, hook it back up, and see if the battery drains. Or you can just start and drive the car without the alternator wires plugged up, connected. A car will run off the battery for probably up to 25-30 minutes if you don't have a lot of other things going on. So if you disconnect that alternator and your battery stays strong for a few days, alternator's probably the issue. Could be some other issues. I am not a red block guy. I do want to learn how to do parasitic drain troubleshooting, make a good usable video to share that with you guys. Most of the drain videos that I see out there, I don't understand what they're doing. I just don't, you know. So anyway, that's where that is. Now, my buddy Gene mentioned if I want to get a new camera, I might want to get a GoPro or a Hero 10 or something like that. Man, I'm not really into spending $400 for another camera. Man, these camera phones are great. I don't like carrying more equipment. I do have a couple, I don't know what you call it, cams, video cams around here. I'm going to try to plug one in and see if it works better than this one that's on here now. I think my main issue may have been lighting. I'll see how this added clip goes, see if the lighting is better. But I do have another action camera. I'm mainly looking for a camera for stuff like this, a little better quality. This quality's fine. I don't foresee getting a GoPro tip. But hey, thanks for the tip. So again, I apologize that the mic cut out. I'm going to do the other video as well, try to finish it up like this one. And in the meantime, hey, you guys just have a great day and keep those Volvos and other vehicles on the road. Catch you later.
If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.